What if I told you that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, already gave us the perfect iron-rich diet 1400 years ago, and most of us Muslims have been ignoring it? Today we're breaking down the 10 iron bombs straight from the Sunnah that will transform your health, boost your energy, and align with Islamic teachings. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the Prophet recommended these foods and how to use them to become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's talk about something that most Muslims overlook. We often talk about following the Sunnah in prayer, in clothing, in social interactions, but we completely ignore one of the most important aspects of the Prophet's life, his diet. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was incredibly mindful about what he ate, and he gave us specific guidance on which foods would make us stronger, healthier, and more energized. Today, we're specifically looking at iron deficiency, which affects millions of people worldwide, causing fatigue, weakness, and poor concentration. The solution? The 10 iron bombs that were part of the Prophet's daily life. Iron is crucial for your body. It helps carry oxygen in your blood, powers your muscles, supports your brain function, and keeps your immune system strong. Without enough iron, you feel exhausted all the time, even when you're sleeping 8 hours a night. You can't focus at work, your mood drops, and your health deteriorates. But here's the thing, the Prophet knew this. He didn't have modern science explaining iron deficiency, but through divine guidance, he recommended foods that are absolutely packed with bioavailable iron. Let's dive into the first one. Number 1 is dates. This is not just any food in Islam. Dates are sacred. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that whoever eats dates in the morning will be protected from poison and magic that day. But beyond that spiritual protection, dates are loaded with iron. A single serving of dates gives you a significant portion of your daily iron requirement. The Prophet made it his practice to break his fast in Ramadan with dates, and he encouraged eating them year-round. This wasn't random. The Prophet understood, even if he didn't call it iron, that dates would energize him, rebuild his blood, and keep him strong through long days of prophethood. When you eat dates, especially with milk or water, you're following directly in the footsteps of the best person who ever lived. Number 2 is barley. This is something that gets overlooked in modern Muslim discussions about diet, but in the Sunnah, barley is absolutely emphasized. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, specifically recommended barley, especially as a soup or porridge, for people who were sick or weak. Barley is packed with iron, and when you cook it with meat broth, you create a supercharged iron source. In classical Islamic medicine, barley broth was considered a healing food, and modern nutritional science backs this up completely. Barley contains not just iron, but also fiber, which helps your body absorb the iron better. The Prophet's wisdom shines through here because he recommended something that doesn't just have iron, it's in a form your body can actually use effectively. Number 3 is honey. Now, honey doesn't have as much iron as dates or barley, but the Prophet spoke about honey so frequently that it deserves to be on this list. He said, "In honey there is a cure for every disease." While honey isn't primarily an iron source, it does contain iron, and more importantly, it contains enzymes and compounds that help your body absorb iron from other foods. The Prophet recommended taking a spoonful of honey, and many hadith collections mention the Prophet's love of honey. It was part of his regular diet, and combining honey with iron-rich foods actually enhances iron absorption. That's not just spiritual wisdom, that's nutritional science wrapped in prophetic guidance. Number 4 is meat, specifically lamb and goat. This is where the iron content really spikes. The Prophet ate meat regularly, though not excessively. He preferred lamb and had it prepared in various ways. Meat from halal slaughtered animals is one of the most bioavailable sources of iron on the planet. We're talking about heme iron, which your body absorbs at a rate of 15 to 35%, compared to non-heme iron from plants, which your body only absorbs at 2 to 20%. The Prophet knew this intuitively. He taught that eating meat gives strength and that it should be part of a healthy diet. In the Sunnah, the Prophet ate meat perhaps 2 to 3 times a week, which is actually the modern recommendation for optimal health. When you follow the Sunnah by eating halal meat in moderation, you're getting one of nature's most powerful iron sources. Number 5 is fish. The Prophet ate fish, and fish is mentioned in the Quran multiple times as a blessing from Allah. Fish is loaded with iron, and it's also rich in omega-3 fatty acids that help with brain function and heart health. The beauty of fish is that it's easily digestible, meaning your body can extract the iron efficiently. In Islamic tradition, especially in cultures near water, fish was a staple, and the Prophet approved of this. Fish is halal, it's nutritious, it's sustainable, and it's one of the best iron sources available. If you're someone who doesn't eat meat often, fish should absolutely be your go-to alternative. Number 6 is eggs. The Prophet ate eggs, though they're not emphasized in the Sunnah as much as other foods. Still, eggs are an incredible source of iron and are mentioned in Islamic culinary traditions across different cultures. One egg gives you about 1 milligram of iron, and when you eat the whole egg, both white and yolk, you get the maximum nutritional benefit. The yolk is where most of the iron is, and it also contains choline, which helps your brain function. Eggs are versatile, affordable, and can be prepared in countless ways. The Prophet's companions ate eggs, and they're a perfect addition to any Muslim's diet for boosting iron levels.
Number 7 is olive oil. Now, olive oil doesn't have tons of iron, but it's mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah so frequently that it deserves recognition. The Quran calls the olive tree blessed, and the Prophet ﷺ encouraged the use of olive oil. Beyond its spiritual significance, olive oil is rich in polyphenols and compounds that help your body absorb iron better. When you cook iron-rich foods in olive oil, you're actually enhancing iron bioavailability. The Prophet used olive oil in his cooking and recommended it for health. Modern studies show that the Mediterranean diet, which is heavy in olive oil, has excellent health outcomes. Following the Sunnah by using olive oil aligns perfectly with modern nutritional science. Number 8 is milk. The Prophet ﷺ drank milk, and milk contains iron, especially when it comes from pasture-raised animals. More importantly, milk is rich in calcium and protein, which works synergistically with iron to build strong bones and muscle. The Prophet is reported to have had milk, and in Islamic cultures, milk products like yogurt and cheese have always been part of the diet. While milk alone isn't your primary iron source, combining it with iron-rich foods creates a complete nutritional profile. Fermented milk products like yogurt actually enhance iron absorption because the fermentation process breaks down compounds that inhibit iron uptake. So when the Prophet recommended milk, he was recommending something that not only has iron, but helps you absorb iron better. Number 9 is lentils and pulses. While lentils aren't explicitly mentioned in the Sunnah the way dates are, they're deeply embedded in Islamic culinary tradition across the Arab world, South Asia, and Africa. These are affordable, accessible, and packed with iron. Lentils contain non-heme iron, and when you combine them with vitamin C sources like tomatoes or lemon juice, iron absorption increases dramatically. The beauty of lentils is that they're also high in fiber and protein, making them a complete food. Many Islamic cultures have lentil dishes that have been passed down for centuries. While not as explicitly recommended as dates or meat, lentils represent the kind of humble, nourishing food that aligns with Islamic values of simplicity and health. Number 10 is garlic. Garlic is used extensively in Islamic cooking, and it has mild but measurable amounts of iron. More importantly, garlic contains compounds like allicin that help your body absorb iron from other foods. The Prophet didn't forbid garlic despite its strong smell. In fact, garlic has been part of Islamic medicine for centuries. When you cook iron-rich foods with garlic, you're not just adding flavor, you're actually enhancing the nutritional value. Garlic is also antimicrobial and has been used in Islamic traditional medicine to boost immunity and strength. It's a humble ingredient, but it's powerful. Now, here's what's incredible about these 10 foods. They're not expensive, they're not difficult to find, they're not trendy superfoods that cost $50 a pound. These are the foods that the Prophet actually ate, that were available in 7th century Arabia, and that are still available to us today in the exact same form. When you eat dates, barley, honey, meat, fish, eggs, olive oil, milk, lentils, and garlic, you're not just following the Sunnah spiritually, you're following a dietary pattern that is scientifically proven to prevent iron deficiency and boost your energy levels. But here's the challenge. Most of us don't eat this way. We eat processed foods loaded with sugar and chemicals. We skip meals during the day and then overeat at night. We drink soda instead of water and milk. We eat meat from animals that weren't raised properly. We ignore the Sunnah in our diet, and then we wonder why we're tired, weak, and sick. The Prophet gave us a complete health system, but we've abandoned it for convenience and taste. Let me give you a practical challenge. For the next 2 weeks, try to incorporate these 10 Sunnah iron bombs into your daily diet. Start your day with dates and milk. Have barley soup for lunch. Eat fish or meat for dinner. Use olive oil in your cooking. Add garlic and lentils to your meals. Keep honey on hand for a quick energy boost. This isn't complicated. This isn't expensive. This is what the Prophet did, and when you follow his example, your body will thank you. Your energy will increase, your focus will sharpen, your mood will improve, your immune system will strengthen, and most importantly, you'll be following the Sunnah in one of the most practical, immediate ways possible. The Prophet ﷺ said that the best among you are those who are best to their families, and part of being good to your family is taking care of your health so you can serve them, serve your community, and serve Islam. These 10 foods are your iron bombs straight from the Sunnah. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you're exhausted and weak. Take control of your health now, the way the Prophet did. Your future self will thank you, and Allah will reward you for following the Sunnah in every aspect of your life, including your diet. Start with just one of these foods today and build from there. This is how real change happens. One meal, one choice, one decision at a time.